everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will create a beautiful login and sign up page in Jetpack Compose using Firebase Authentication. Basically, we will have three screens: splash screen, sign up screen, and login screen. The sign up and login use Firebase Authentication, which we'll also learn in detail. So this app is like a complete package for a beginner. Hence, make sure to watch it till the end. Open Android Studio, create a new project, choose Empty Activity. I'll name it My Login App JC. Click on Finish. Now let's set up our Firebase. Go to Tools, then Firebase. As we are authenticating users, we will use authentication. If we wanted to store users' detail, then we would have gone for real-time database. Choose Authenticate using a custom authentication system and connect your app to Firebase. It will open the browser where you will write the project name, give only the required permissions, and it's connected. Come back to Android Studio. Step 2 is to add Firebase authentication dependency in Gradle. And done. Lastly, go back to the Firebase console. Security, authentication, get started. Activate authentication using email password, enable it, and done. Here you will find all the registered user email IDs. Now go back to Android Studio, go to Gradle. Firebase has added its dependency already. Now we will add a required dependency for navigation, animation, icons, lifecycle, splash screen, and app compat. See, we are not creating a simple login sign up page. No, that is already present on my channel. We are creating a slightly advanced version of it, which includes the latest splash screen API, animation, beautiful Jetpack Compose UI, and navigation. Hence, we require all of these dependencies. Now, beautiful UI requires beautiful colors. Hence, go to Colors. Here, we will add the app theme color, which is light cyan. Add its hex value, and next add three colors in color.kt because we'll be creating a gradient kind of background: dark blue, light blue, and light cyan. Now you might notice that we are defining the same light cyan color in both colors.xml and color.kt. We do this because they serve different purposes. The splash screen is displayed by the Android system before Jetpack Compose loads. So it reads its color from the XML resources like colors.xml through themes.xml. Once Compose starts, it doesn't use XML color. It uses the color defined in color.kt. That's why we define the color in both places to maintain the same look throughout the app. Now let's add a splash screen logo in the drawables. I have this ChatGPT logo which I will copy paste in the drawables. Then go to themes. We will have two themes, one for the main app and one for the splash screen. First, main app theme. Give the style name and parent name. Keep status bar color as black. Let's sync again. Then splash screen theme. Inside it, our first item is the background color of the splash screen, which is light cyan. Our item number 2 is the logo of the splash screen, which is our GPT logo. Our item number 3 is which theme to follow after the splash screen is over. That is our main app theme. And now go to Android Manifest. Make sure the initial app theme is the splash screen theme and remove the extra lines of code. Then let's create a 3 screens: login screen, sign up screen, and home screen. But what about splash screen? See, we are using install splash screen in main activity, which is Android's official splash screen API. It displays the splash screen immediately as soon as the app launches, even before Jetpack Compose starts rendering the UI. Got it? There you go. 3 of our screens are ready. Now, to have proper communication between 3 of them, we need to have navigation. So create a file, app navigation, make it a composable function. Here, add nav controller for navigation. Then obviously the nav host. Now, nav host contains nav controller and start destination. Our start destination is the login screen, whose root name is login. You may also wonder why the start destination in our nav host set to the login screen instead of a splash screen. The reason is simple. We are already using Android's built-in splash screen API with installed splash screen. So the splash screen is handled automatically before our compose navigation even starts. Once the splash disappears, the app directly loads the login screen. So let's create a composable for login. The root name is login. Inside it, add the login screen with nav controller. Likewise, create one for signup as well as home. Once we have the root name, we can easily navigate from one screen to another screen. Now let's write the code for the signup screen. The prettier the UI is, the more code you have to write for that. Hence, make up your mind for that. Also, don't worry, the login screen is almost the same. So we'll simply copy and paste it, but we will sincerely write the code for the signup screen. Make it a composable function. As we are using navigation, add nav controller. Inside it, create a context variable for the toast and auth for Firebase Authentication. Now we create 4 state variables using remember and mutable state of. The first 3 variables store the user's name, add their imports, then email and password. The fourth variable called loading keeps track of whether the sign-up process is currently running. We use remember because in Jetpack Compose, the UI automatically recomposes whenever the state values change. This allows the text fields and loading indicator to update instantly without manually refreshing the screen. Next comes the animation section. We create an infinite transition using remember infinite transition. This animation continuously runs in the background. Then we use animate float to animate an alpha value between 0.2 and 1.0 as the initial value and the target value. The animation repeats forever using infinite repeatable and smoothly reverses every 3 seconds using repeat mode.reverse. We use this animated alpha value ladder to create softly glowing circles in the background, making the UI feel more modern and dynamic instead of static. Now we begin designing the screen layout using a box. We make it fill the entire screen using fill max size and apply a vertical gradient background with 2 dark blue colors using brush.vertical gradient. This creates a premium looking background for the sign-up screen. Inside the background box, we add 2 more box components. These are simply decorative circles. We control their size, position, transparency, shape, and color by applying the animated alpha value to them. They gently fade in and out, creating a subtle floating animation that improves the visual appeal of the app. So let me quickly write the code for that. And done. After the background is ready, we create a column. A column arranges its item vertically. We make it fill the screen Add padding around the edges and center everything vertically so the sign up form appears nicely in the middle of the display. At the top of the column, we display a large Create Account title using the text composable. We increase the font size, make the text bold, and color. Next, we insert a spacer of 40 dp height. Now, we create a card that acts as a container for the sign-up form. We round its corner to make it look softer and give it a slightly transparent white background. This glass-like effect makes the interface look more modern while still allowing the gradient background to remain visible. Inside the card, we create another column with padding so that all the input fields have proper spacing from the edges. Our first outline text field is for the user's name. The value parameter displays the current name stored in the state variable. An on-value change updates the state whenever the user types. We set the field to occupy the full width, display a label saying name, customize the text and cursor color to white for better visibility, add a person icon on the left using leading icon, and the rounded corners. The email field works the same way. Instead of storing the name, it stores the email entered by the user. The only difference is the email icon and the label text. The password field is also similar, but here we apply password visual transformation. This automatically hides the character entered by the user and replaces them with asterisks. After the text fields, we add another spacer before creating the sign up button. The button is where all the sign up logic happens. When the user clicks it, the first thing we do is validate the input fields. We check whether the name, email, or password is empty. If any field is missing, we immediately display a toast message asking the user to fill all the fields and exit the click event using written button. This prevents Firebase from receiving incomplete data. If all fields are filled, we set the loading variable to true. This tells our UI that a network request has started. Now we call Firebase create user with email and password method and pass the email and the password entered by the user. Firebase processes the request asynchronously, so we attach an add-on complete listener to know when the operation finishes. Once Firebase responds, we immediately set loading back to false because the request has completed. If the sign-up is successful, we display a toast saying account created successfully and call navecontroller.popbackstack. This removes the current sign-up screen from the navigation stack and returns the user to the login screen. If something goes wrong, such as an invalid email or a weak password, Firebase returns an exception. We display the exception message using a toast so the user knows exactly what went wrong. If no exception exists, we simply show a default sign-up field message. Inside the button's content, we check the loading variable. If loading is true, we show a circular progress indicator instead of the button text. This gives the user the idea that the account is currently being created. Spinner disappears and the create account text returns automatically. Finally, below the button, we create a row containing two text components. The first simply asks whether the user already has an account. The second displays the word login in cyan color with bold styling. We make it clickable using the clickable modifier, and when it's pressed, we again call navecontroller.popbackstack to navigate back to the login screen. And that's the complete sign up screen. Now let's create the login screen. The login screen is almost identical to the sign up screen. We still use the same animated gradient background, glowing circles, components, and state management with Remember and Firebase Authentication setup. So simply copy and paste the code. Instead of repeating everything, let's focus on what's different. Here, we only need two input fields, email and password, since the user already has an account. Everything is going to remain the same, except we have also introduced a new state variable called password visible. for custom password visibility. Then the animation is the same. Box and column are also the same. Here the title text is welcome back. Then add login text with a spacer. Then remove the name outline text field. Keep only the email and password text fields. Now, here in password, we have added a trailing icon which controls whether the password is shown or hidden. The user can tap the eye icon to toggle between password visual transformation and visual transformation none, improving both security and usability. Inside the login button, we first validate that both fields are filled. Then call Firebase signing with email and password instead of create user with email and password. If the login is successful, we show a success message, login successful, and navigate to the home screen using navecontroller.navigate home. Otherwise, we display the error written by Firebase. Finally, at the bottom, instead of login option, we provide a clickable sign up text. So new users can navigate to the sign up screen and create an account. Lastly, let's create our home screen. It is much simpler than the login and sign up screen. We reuse the same gradient background and class morphism card designed to maintain a consistent UI throughout the app. Then create a card with rounded corners, color, and padding with fill max width. Inside the card, we simply display a welcome message informing the user that they have successfully logged in using text. The main functionality here is the logout button. When the user taps it, we first call Firebase auth.getInstance.signout to log them out of Firebase. Then we navigate back to the login screen using navecontroller.navigate login. Along with that, we use pop-up to 0 to clear the entire backstack. This ensures that after logging out, the user cannot press the back button to return to the home screen. Keep the button color as cyan and the text as logout. Lastly, go to main activity. It acts as the entry point of our application. Remove unnecessary code. Inside the onCreate method, the first thing we do is call install splash screen, which enables Android's official splash screen API, so the splash screen appears immediately when the app launches. Next, we initialize Firebase using Firebase app.initializeApp.this, allowing our app to communicate with Firebase services like authentication. Finally, inside set content, we apply the material theme, wrap the UI inside a surface, and call app navigation, which takes care of displaying the login, sign up, and home screen based on our navigation setup. Our 3-in-1 app is ready. Let's run the app. Mistake found. Make sure you add navigation to sign up screen here in the login screen code. Okay? Now let's run the app again. This is our splash screen. Our first screen is the login screen. As I am a new user, I will sign up. Let's give a name, Android Knowledge, a random fake email, a password. Click on sign up. Account created successfully. Now let's log in. I'll write the same email and password. Click on login. And we are successfully logged in. Welcome to the app. Now let's try logging out. And we are back to the login screen. Perfect. Let's check our Firebase. See, the user is registered here. Great. Alright, that's it for the video. Drop some topics that you want me to create a video on, and I'll see you in the next video.